Hi guys, I am in my dining room today, and today we are going to talk about Montessori sweeping activities. So we've been talking about practical life, we've been talking about fine motor skills. This is more of a gross motor skills activity. So building those big muscles, building that body coordination up, and just having fun and building their confidence. From what I understand from reading, these activities started in the original Montessori schools as a way for the children to care for the environment. So they would use, real brooms, and they would clean up their messes, keep the schoolroom clean. Here in our home, while I like that idea and the kids do clean up after themselves in a lot of ways, we have a Roomba, which we really like. We've had one for years, and we have another new mop that I just got that works really well. And so we do take advantage of that modern technology to clean our floors. I'm just going to be realistic. I mean, with all these little kids, we're going to do what we have to do to make it work. And so having the kids sweep isn't really practical in our house. The one place that I do have them sweep is on the stairs. So we have stairs going upstairs, and we have stairs going out the back door. And I do have them sweep those areas. So when we talk about sweeping, we can start out not sweeping up dirt. So I'm going to show you some materials that we will use for that. And here in our dining room we have this Trofast unit. This is where we keep all of our hands-on, not like our actual authentic materials, but where we keep our craft supplies. This is where we keep a lot of our fine motor skills materials, beading things, stuff like that. And so I'm going to show you a couple bins that have supplies for sweeping. Okay, so our favorite material for sweeping is right here, and it is all there's a lot taken out right now because this is one of the kids' favorite things right now. I have two 2-year-olds at the moment, and they are just loving this. So what they do is they pick the color that they want, and they often will pick 2 or 3 colors, and then they take them and they just open these up. These are clamshell containers from raspberries, and so they can open them, which opening and closing them is also really a good exercise for them. And then they dump them on the floor, and then when they're done, I expect them to be able to sort them out by color and put them back away. So this bin is low enough that they can reach it. And so these are just pom-poms. I had bought a giant bag of them from, I believe, like Oriental Trading Company, and then I had sorted them out by color. So this is what they will use. And then down here we have another thing. These are the containers from the baby food pouches, the lids, from the baby food pouches. So I've also sorted those by color and put them in the clamshells. And so thank you to my friends who saved all of theirs for us. That was super nice. You can use these for a lot of activities, but you can use them for sweeping, especially like sweeping on a rug, or if they're ready for something that is just a little bit more difficult to sweep because these slide around. Okay, and then we do have a couple different brooms. We have this, which is a child size hand broom. It's hard to tell, but it's not a foot long. This child size broom, which is the same down here, wired onto the handle, and I got to pick what color I wanted it painted. There's a hole there for hanging it, and I got myself one just like it. So that was really fun, and I gave them as a gift. So you can see about how big they are there. So this is what we use. The other thing that you need is your handy dandy painter's tape or masking tape again, just like we used for walking the line. Honestly, if you're homeschooling on a budget, this is your best friend because you can do so much stuff with this. And what we're going to do with the painter's tape is you can tape out a box on the floor. I'm going to show you some footage in a minute of my kids doing this. But you can tape out a box, and then what you do is have them scatter the material all over, and then they use the broom to get it into the box. And when they're just starting, you might want to let them do it however they want, but usually pretty early on you'll hear me say, oh, can you pull it? Don't push it, because when they push it, they're going to break the bristles in the broom. It's not the proper way to sweep either, so we're just going to teach them to pull. And they really have to work to get that down where you hold the broom with your one hand at the top, and then you're kind of pushing and you're pulling with your bottom hand. So it is quite a skill for them to master. The other thing that we can do with the tape is you can use a tray like I have these just tin cookie sheets. I got them at the dollar store, and you can take the tape and tape out a box on this, and then you can use like a very small little hand broom with the little tiny dustpan, and you can have them practice sweeping them up into the dustpan, or you can tape a box onto here and have them practice sweeping into the box here. Ideally, the box is there to help them learn to sweep into a pile, and then they can learn to use the dustpan after that. So it's up to you if you want to introduce that part. I normally don't do the dustpan just because I don't want them to get in the habit of throwing the materials away. And they're going to pick up on that as they get older, that we obviously do throw away the dirt when we're using dirt. I'm going to show you some footage now of my 2-year-olds using this material and doing some sweeping, because I feel like when we're out on the internet and we see all of these beautiful blog posts, Montessori materials can seem really intimidating. And that isn't how it's supposed to be. So I want you to see what it's like in a real house where you're gonna hear them bickering. My kid is in his training pants because he's potty training. So this is real life. Enjoy. Can you use? Go watch the Kindle Me. Okay. Can you do it with the broom and pull them into the box?
That's a box.
That box. Can you pull them into that shape with the broom?
Yeah. And you can hand me.
Give him a turn.
Can I hit right? Did you buy me? What did you buy me? Oh, there's a box. Dirty.
It's dirty. Okay, that's fine. Just put it in the box.
There's a dirty. Come on. Put them all there by message.
Okay, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If this kind of stuff is helpful, hit like so it gets in front of more people. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see what we do next Monday. And you can find us on Instagram and Facebook as Married to the Farm.